So, credit scores, everyone's favorite topic.
Right.
Just kidding. But it's something we all deal with. And we've got a ton of notes, articles, all that good stuff to unpack today.
Yeah, we're doing a deep dive. Should be interesting.
Because who actually has time to read all that stuff? By the end of this, you'll have a good grasp on how to boost that score. Sound good?
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Okay, so it's more than just a number, right? I mean, it kind of feels like a report card sometimes.
It's true. A lot of people get intimidated by their credit score, but it doesn't have to be a mystery. You can definitely take control of it.
Absolutely. Like anything else, the first step is knowing where you stand.
Yeah, and that starts with checking your credit reports. It's like a financial checkup, you know? You want to see what's going on before you make any big decisions.
Makes sense.
So you've got your 3 credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. It's important to check all 3 because they each have their own separate reports.
So you can't just check one and call it a day.
Nope. You got to see them all. And the good news is they're free to access every single week.
Weekly. That's amazing. I remember when I first started trying to improve my credit, I thought you could only check it like once a year.
Oh, yeah. Not anymore.
That's huge, because imagine if you had like some random error on there. You wouldn't even know until it was too late. Like I don't know, a credit card open in your name that you never even signed up for. That's happened to some people I know.
Yeah, unfortunately, that kind of stuff happens more than you'd think. That's why checking regularly is so important.
Exactly. Catch it early.
Exactly. And when you're looking at your reports, keep an eye out for anything that looks off. It could be an incorrect address, an account that's not yours, even a wrong payment marked late. Anything like that, you want to dispute it right away.
Dispute, meaning what exactly?
Meaning you contact the credit bureau and say, hey, this information is wrong. You need to fix it.
Got it. And even small errors can make a difference.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy how much even a small error can impact your score. So definitely worth taking the time to review everything carefully.
Good to know. So once we've checked our reports, cleaned up any errors, what's next on the road to credit score glory?
All right, well, buckle up because now we're getting into credit utilization.
Utilization sounds intense.
It's not as scary as it sounds. It basically means how much of your available credit you're using. So let's say you have a credit card with a $10,000 limit.
Okay, I'm following.
If you're constantly maxing that out using all $10,000, it can make you look a bit risky to lenders, like you're maybe over-reliant on credit.
So it's not just about making the payments on time. It's also about how much of the credit I'm using at any given time.
That's exactly it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So what's the magic number? How much credit should I be using?
The sweet spot is to keep it below 30%.
30% of the limit.
Yep. So in our example, that would be keeping the balance below $3,000.
Got it. So even if I have a high credit limit, I shouldn't be using all of it.
Exactly. It's all about showing that you can manage credit responsibly. And here's a little insider tip. Timing your payments strategically can help too.
Oh, tell me more.
If you know your balance gets reported to the bureaus on a certain date, try making a payment a few days before. That way, the reported amount is lower, which can help your credit utilization even more.
Ooh, sneaky. I like it. It's like a little credit score hack.
Exactly. And speaking of good habits, let's talk about the golden rule of good credit. Paying your bills on time, every single time.
Yeah, no escaping that one.
Nope. Your payment history is huge.
No.
It makes up a whopping 35% of your FICO score, which is the one most lenders use.
Wow, 35%? That's a big chunk. So one late payment could really hurt, huh?
It can. Late payments are like a big red flag to lenders. They can really drag that score down.
So what's the best way to stay on top of everything?
Automatic payments are your friend. Seriously, set it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about missing a payment again.
It's true. Technology can be a lifesaver in these situations.
Totally. Plus, as you consistently make those on-time payments, you build a good track record, which can lead to good things.
Like what?
Like higher credit limits, for one, which, remember, can't actually be a good thing.
Wait, so requesting a credit limit increase can actually help your score?
It can. Remember how we talked about credit utilization?
Yeah.
A higher credit limit automatically improves that ratio as long as you're not spending more. So it's a win-win. You're showing you can handle more credit and improving your score at the same time.
Got it. So it's not about spending more, it's about having that available credit just in case.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about something a little trickier. Debts and collections. I know this is something a lot of people struggle with.
You're right. It can be a tough topic, but ignoring it won't make it go away.
Exactly.
So first things first, what does it even mean? Basically, it means the original creditor has given up trying to collect the debt themselves and they've passed it on to a collection agency,
Ah, so it's like the debt has been outsourced.
basically. And it can seriously hurt your credit score. But the good news is that there are things you can do about it.
Like what?
Well, the first step is to face it head on.
Yeah.
Don't just ignore those letters.
Yeah, that's tempting, but probably not the best strategy in the long run.
Right. Contact the collection agency and figure out exactly what's going on. You might be able to negotiate a lower payoff amount or work out a payment plan.
So it's about being proactive, advocating for yourself.
Exactly. And remember, as a consumer, you have rights. Don't let a collection agency bully you.
Good advice. And if it feels overwhelming, is it ever a good idea to get professional help?
Absolutely. Credit counselors can be a huge help. They can help you understand your options, negotiate with creditors, and just generally provide support during what can be a really stressful time.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Any final words of wisdom you want to leave our listeners with?
I think the biggest takeaway here is that a good credit score is about more than just getting approved for a loan or a credit card. It's about opening doors to better financial opportunities, lower interest rates, better rewards, a smoother rental process. It all ties back to that credit score.
It's empowering. It's about taking control of your financial future.
Exactly. It's an investment in yourself.
Love it. And on that note, we're going to wrap up our credit score deep dive for today. But here's something to think about.